So welcome to the stream, Gary. How you doing? Oh, welcome. In the back of the car.
There we go.
Where are you? Where are you going?
Wait. How was Bloomberg? You were over on Bloomberg TV.
I was on Bloomberg TV a few minutes ago, and now I'm upgrading to the most important business show in the world.
Thank you.
First of all, men, you guys look very sharp.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we try and dress up. We take it professionally. We are the media.
You guys look good. I am in New York City, headed back to the office. I'm like in the thick of this major launch of my Be Friends trading cards, and
cool.
But I'm really humbled to be on this show. And you guys, obviously we've spoken a couple times off screen, but I'm gonna give the flowers while I'm on it so other people hear it. I love what you guys are doing. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
I cheer for you guys, and I'm thrilled to be on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. Tell us about the launch today to start. I have to imagine this has been in the works for years now. So tell us about what you're launching and the significance.
Look, knowing how high caliber the audience is here, let me say it this way. The direct answer is we have a tops trading card launched nationally, globally, actually, which is, if you pay very close attention to the narrow sports card world, is a big deal. The only other IPs that are on Topps Chrome are Disney. Disney itself, Star Wars, Marvel. So it's a big head nod to this tiny young intellectual property that I'm building that has the ambition of Pokemon, Marvel, Disney. But I'm in year 4, and back to, you were just mentioning Walt Disney. He was doing that 110%. Travis from Uber and I used to invest a lot together. And when he took over and was the day-to-day CEO of Uber, he's like, I would hit him up about random things. He's like, I can't. I'm 100% focused on this. I'm 4 years into Be Friends, and I'm in the process of getting to a place where I can focus 100% on it, but I'm not there yet. But yesterday was a great day, especially for me. I grew up a baseball card kid. Topps is the apex. But at a higher level, back to the audience that's here, I really think that intellectual property is going to be a very big topic of conversation over the next 20 years. I think as we go into this AI era, I think people will understand the value of IP more and more and more. And I'm grateful that, on my belief of what the blockchain means, which is what I started Be Friends on as an NFT project, and my understanding of storytelling and brand building around comic books and cards and cartoons and all that stuff. I'm pretty excited, man, to be on it. And so directly yesterday was a big day, but it's a tiny, tiny little pebble in this boulder I'd like to build over the next 3 or 4 decades.
Yeah, talk about one of the creating iconic IP takes time. There's no way to
shortcut. You can't.
There's no way to shortcut. Yet at the same time, crypto is known for just being ruthless in terms of expecting things. Now,
today,
yesterday, things like that. How have you found? And obviously, I don't think there's very few people in the world that work harder than you, right? So you're like working on delivering that, and growing the value of the IP day over day over day. How have you found the pace?
Pretty easy if you're willing to deal with pushback. Meaning, to your point, if you go talk to hardcore NFT collectors, that small group, right, in the scheme of 8 billion people in the world, a lot of them will tell you that over the last 18, 24 months, I've not been the darling of the ball because I just refused to do things that were going to create short-term economics.
Yeah.
And so I had to take my bumps and bruises on some of the degens, and I was empathetic. Like, when you are running a marathon, sprinters make fun of you.
Yeah.
So, how have I dealt with it? I'm grown, meaning I've been running businesses for 30 years of my life, day to day. So I've also been a public figure for almost 2 decades. It wasn't hard for me to deal with the cynical tweets. I have a fucking vision. I'm focused on what I'm building. And over the last 24 months, building the infrastructure of trading cards and comic books and cartoons, my Moonbug collaboration, my Topps collaboration, us becoming a leader in live social shopping on Whatnot. These are the pieces that are being put in place. And when you look at the NFT values, because people are falling in love with Patient Panda and Fearless Fairy, I know why people buy Spider-Man comic books. I know why people buy Mickey Mantle rookie cards. I need the storytelling. While there was uncertainty in the market, especially with the prior regime's SEC, I've just focused on building incredible community and collectability and infrastructure and building out my team. And so to answer your question, it was quite easy and quite hard. It was easy because I am who I am as a human and an operator. It was hard because even if you're a gangster and focused, and I like to be all those things, I'm a human. And, when you get that pushback and people are like, where, what's the value, what, this, that, or like, where did Gary Vee go, blah, 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 you got to eat it. But the reality is I've been very clear about what I've been doing from day one. You can go look at my CNBC or podcast interviews in 2021. I said I'm building a 30, 40-year IP. 99% of NFTs are going to go to zero. I see a path to not being part of that 99%. It is going to involve the real world, not just digital. I will stay on top of my Web3 understanding, my Web2 understanding. And, I've spent 6 months on understanding AI creation is going to matter for this IP, because I'm required to, or the updates on new blockchain, or what Coinbase is doing with Base as a layer 2, or what's going on with YouTube Kids dynamics. And I'm just in my traffic, bro. And so I've handled it easily.
How do you think about value transfer for intellectual property going forward? I mean, we were in the dark ages for a while where you couldn't even use a song on social media without getting the thing taken down. Now it feels like most of the platforms have figured out how to funnel the ad revenue around to the correct creator. Imagine that gets better with AI, but
it's gonna get better with AI, and a lot better with AI on top of blockchain.
That makes sense.
Where you can really, really layer it all together. So what do I think? I think people in the intellectual property business are big winners of the next half century. And I'm grateful that between Gary Vee, the personal brand, and VeeFriends, the intellectual property that has obnoxious ambitions, that I'm going to be in the game.
What does the next 1 to 2 years look like? You've been laying out, your master plan, giving us updates, but what's the immediate future look like?
Social media creative at scale. Believe it or not, this is analog, but the comic books are monstrous for me. Yeah. We just put out, but it's a modern twist. We're selling comic books in packs, so it has like a baseball card feel. So different covers, different variations, and we're selling it on Whatnot and TikTok Shop. So we're doing commerce-tainment, which is something I believe very deeply in.
Yeah.
So right now I'm going into the chapter of, here's how I look at it. I don't know if you men knows this, but Harry Potter's original book is a very sought after collectible and very valuable.
Yeah.
But Pokemon and Star Wars first books are not that sought after. Spider-Man's rookie card in 1966 Donruss, I think an undervalued collectible, but is not super sought at, because when you're a comic book collector, or more importantly, the first time Spider-Man appeared in the world, it came in comic book form. Harry Potter came in book form. Pokemon came in trading card form. The form factor of the collectible, when it first appears, becomes the alpha, becomes the real central focus. And then the IPs expand into everything from pajamas to cereal to vitamins to movies to video games. What I'm focused on right now is getting people to fall in love with my characters. So animation, social media content, comic books, trading cards that have stories on the back. I'm very focused on that. What that's doing is it's leading people when they fall in love to get into the ecosystem. Yeah. And then that brings them back to wanting to own VeeFriends Series 1 NFT, because that is the original origin of the IP. So next 24 months is keep my eye on macro technology, make sure I'm utilizing AI and everything that it brings to the table for me to expand the output of my creative, both in volume and quality. Pay deep attention to the new blockchains and the layer 2s and the innovations that are happening in NFT land, because obviously, this is at the end of the day, a digital collectible first and everything else second. And then most of all, figure out more ways for people to fall in love with Ambitious Angel and Balanced Beetle and the Very Lucky Black Cat.
You said you're one of the most active sellers on Whatnot. Are VCs still underrating live shopping? It feels like one of those things that
took off in Asia, but there haven't been that many power law outcomes.
I would say it's taken
in
off
America.
in certain subgroups and for certain product types here and certain demos. But I'm curious, as a seller, how do you view it today?
I view the QVCification of social media as one of the most significant micro emerging trends in the community of venture capital, private equity, business opportunities for entrepreneurs and humans. I think it is incredibly real. I wouldn't call that VCs are underrating it. I think Whatnot got an obnoxious valuation, but I think that's the macro infrastructure. To your point, I think I think small businesses and entrepreneurs and startup founders are underestimating it. If you sell something physical, if you sell something and live social shopping is not part of your daily debate strategy and then ultimately execution, you're misplaying spring of 2025. If you sell vitamins, if you sell underwear, if you sell racquetball, if you sell something and this is not part of your repertoire, you're basically similar to someone who's not using social media at all in 2008-9, which means you're not going to go out of business. It's not like you're a doofus and you're dead. It means that you're leaving an obnoxious amount of opportunity on the table.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's a good framework.
Anyway,
well, we'll get on there and we'll start selling 2026 ad slots
we got it.
right next to you. Yeah, I know we got a hard stop. Anything else you want to share?
You know what's funny? Now, I want to say thank you, and I want to say commercetainment. You may not sell ad slots because that's a different form factor, but if you don't think that you guys could sell, and I don't think this is the right move for the tone and tenor what you're doing. However, there are general business items that this show could sell at scale, even passively, while people are watching with shop for a briefcase, or these are the best travel shoes, or fucking, I don't know, fountain pens. I don't give a shit. Like, you guys could dominate.
Love it.
I love domination. I want to dominate everything we do.
We'll discuss.
Yeah,
offline.
We'll put our master plan together.
Standing desk floating across the screen, and we're just saying buy
order
now, buy
order
now.
Treadmill
3 left. Great to see you, Gary.
Fantastic.
Have a good one.
Safe
Congrats.
travels. We'll talk to you soon.